Hey guys, so last night we had a minor issue with my little setup that I've got outside in the garden. I had this 6x3 gazebo up with some sides up so that I could work on the trailer and get some bits done on it, sort of under shelter and out of the way. And as you can probably hear outside, we've got some crazy winds. Now, it was a heavy duty gazebo. It wasn't, it was just like a normal gazebo, but the guy lines mounted onto the frame rather than the tarp, so I thought it'd be a lot better, so I got them nice and tight, but the wind has been so strong it's literally just ripped through them. So what I'll do is I'll take you out and we'll have a look. The wind is going to be crazy, so you might just have to bear with on the audio. I might have to either turn it down at that point or do something, but I'll take you out and see. There's snap poles, it's just broken clean through the guy lines. I've got one point where half the guy line is tied around the post, the other half is still attached to the gazebo and it's just snapped down the middle, so that's a bit of a nightmare. So we're going to go out and assess the damage. So my main aim now is we're going to go out and I'm going to start taking all the sides off, and with all the poles I'm going to go out with a marker pen. I'm going to mark up what's what and just see how broken some of these are. I can probably salvage some of them, it depends on how damaged they are. I've got some old poles from a old gazebo which I can use as sacrificial or anything, and we'll just see how damaged they are, because it could be that if only a couple of them are broken then I will weld them up, but if there's too many, if it's not worth what it would cost in gas and wire, then I'll just buy a new one. I must admit, it is only a cheap gazebo. I think I got it for about 36 quid, so if it's to that point where it's more cost effective to just buy another one, then that's what I'll probably have to do. It doesn't bother me too much. I can still salvage a load of the parts. I have spares for a new one if needed, what with sides and everything as well, so I can use the sides, but we'll see what we can do. Why do I keep putting the remote in my pocket? I've got a little remote from the camera, and every time I go to use it I put it down somewhere, like in my pocket, and it's like I can't get it, especially with gloves on as well. Trying to like fumble in my pockets just doesn't work. So I need to remember to try and keep a hold of this when I'm filming. Okay then, I have no idea how the audio is going to come out on this. But as you can see, I've took the top and the sides off. Now, miraculously, all of the sides have survived, because previously I went round and I put this sniper tape on. I'll focus. It's not focusing. I put some sniper tape on and I put these little gold eyelets in and cable tied it to the frame. And the sides seem to be the only thing that's held up. The rest of it is all snapped, like you can see there. Snapped, 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 and I think that middle piece is bent, snapped. So I think we just need to go around, label everything up and start taking it apart. Okay, I definitely need to set up a tripod or something, but I don't know where they are at the moment. But here is what we have as one of the broken poles. And there's 5 of them like this, and what's happened is at the joining end, this is where the pole goes into the other pole. Come on, focus, focus. A bit better. Where the pole goes into the other pole is snapped in the middle. So I'm thinking, I've got 5 of these, I've got some old poles. What I might do is I might just try cutting it off here and welding on a new piece, because I have got some spares and I could see how that goes. I do need to find out how big the other pieces are and see if any of them will fit. But then I've got this one here, which is right in the centre of the ridge, and it seems to have just sort of compressed into itself. It's done that inside the bracket, so the bracket is also the same. If we just pop outside and have a look, you can see here that the bracket is an oval shape rather than a circle shape. That's the camera lens cover. Okay, you got my dog. Birdie, you know? You know, you're a good boy, aren't you? Yes, you are. Is Rusty out? Is Rusty? Rusty! Okay, so as you can see, some of them have also broken up a bit. So I might try and fix them. And I'll see. It might be the case that I just have to buy a new one. But like I said, they didn't cost that much money, so I'm not too upset if I have to replace it. Yeah, so I might just replace it. Not too upset. Now I just have spares. Miraculously, all the sides managed to stay intact. Where I put all the tape and the rivets on, I put over 100 rivets in, and only 2 of them had torn away. So I think that's a very good percentage of working, 98% success rate, so I'm happy with that. So yeah, stay tuned for part 2. I might repair it, I might just buy a new one, we'll have a look. I think what I'll do is I'll have a go at repairing it just for the sake of having a go, but I think I might struggle a little bit on trying to weld on these pipes because they are incredibly thin and the welder might just go straight through it. We'll have to have a look and find out, we'll see. Stay tuned.